All right, guys, what's up? Mike here, head trader at True Trading Group. November 1st, starting the new month off green. I'm officially out of my little rut, guys, now. 2 green days back to back now. If you guys have been following my channel, you know that just recently I had a little bit of a rut. I was in like a 3-day rut, but then I came out of it yesterday. Another green day here today. I will be bringing my position size back up to normal on Monday. If you recall, the other day, I said I was going to drop my position size down a little bit until I got out of this rut, and I was looking for maybe 2 consecutive green days to then get back to my full size. So, green day yesterday, green day today. I'm now back up to full size on Monday. Small caps are starting to wake up a little bit, guys. We had the last 2 days, you had a little bit of some decent action in small caps. You had IC, ISEE, you've got ELOX. That's giving you some pretty good follow-through and some pretty good continuation. And we caught a really nice move, a dollar move on ELOX today in at $6 and took the bulk of my position off above 7. I'm flat now, but we're still trading up near the high of the day, and we still have a little more than 15 minutes to go. It looks like this stock may try to make a little bit of a squeeze move and maybe get up towards 750. I want you guys to keep ELOX on watch for Monday. The stock has room up towards $9. This would be like day 2 of its move. So if this thing does get some decent volume here, right before the close yesterday, and there's a new high as we're talking, right before the close yesterday, it started to get some volume and push this thing, and now it continued here today, and now you're getting another new high into power hour heading into the close. So I think this is something you definitely have to keep on watch for Monday. All right, so let's get into my trading today, guys. I made 2 trades today. One was a very small red trade, and then one was this nice trade in ELOX. We'll talk about my small red trade first, and this is really about moving your stop loss up and how you can reduce your risk and reduce the size of your losses by moving your stop losses up as a trade develops and as a trade unfolds. Because the stop loss where I entered this trade, you have to understand something. I'm looking for this stock to do something specific. Before it starts to do that, I have to have my entry point and my stop loss. So in case I'm wrong and the stock doesn't do what I think it's going to do, I have to have my stop loss. But as the trade starts to work itself out, and you get more information, you get more candles get put in, you get more of a chart pattern. You have to, adjust as that trade unfolds. And when the stock starts to move and do what you thought it was going to do, it's wise to now move your stop loss up, because now it's a little bit of a different type of a setup. And I'm going to talk to you about that in this trade with TBP. TBP opened up and shot right out of the gate. Great volume. Okay, you see steady, consistent volume on the surge higher. I liked that. I took out my Fibonacci retracement levels, and I started to say to myself, VWAP was sitting here around this 23.6 Fibonacci level, and then we had the trade line working its way up here as well. What I liked, what really got me into this trade, was the volume, because you can see we had real strong, steady, consistent volume, okay, off the bell, and then during this pullback, the volume really, really lightened up. So I liked the low volume pullback into the 23.6 Fib area and VWAP. So I went ahead and right in here, I got long TBP at 25.84. Stop loss was around the $25 area. Okay, so I'm long here looking for support to hold in this area. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to stop out right here below the trade line. Okay, it's also the 38.2 Fibonacci level. So that's where my stop loss is when I enter the trade. But as this trade develops, my stop loss moves higher. Why? This is how you guys can really start to move to get your losing trades to be smaller. Okay, let me put back my entry. Okay, so there's the entry. Now, you can see that we were finding support here at VWAP. I'm looking for a trade line VWAP crossover to push this thing up back towards the high of the day. Okay, so once this support level really showed its face, and that's the whole reason why I got long, was expecting there to be support here, okay, and that trade line VWAP crossover. Once the stock starts to make this move up here and gets above and starts to get away from this area, now I can say to myself, if this previous level breaks, there's no need for me to hold this down to 25. Okay? You guys see that? Because the move I'm looking for is VWAP to hold support, the trade line to catch up, give me a trade line VWAP crossover, and push us to new highs. We got the trade line VWAP crossover right here. But you can see we never made the push to new highs because volume never came back into the stock. The volume on the stock was crap for the entire rest of the day after that, the opening bell push. That's why this trade ended up failing. But once the stock starts to do this and I get my trade line, VWAP crossover, I'm looking for now a push to new highs. If I don't get it and we roll back over, then that means that this trade line VWAP cross meant nothing. And if we break below this support level that I bought in front of, why do I now need to hold all the way down to my original stop loss? I don't. So when this started to happen, I moved my stop loss up to this 25.50 area. And as you guys can see, I sold out at 25.54 as soon as we broke down below VWAP. Right there is where I sold out of this position at 25.54. And that saved me an extra 54 cents a share. So there's no need for me to hold all the way down to 25. I'm able to exit at 25.54 and walk away with this with a very small loss. Okay, so that's how you guys can adjust your stop loss. And you can see the stock ended up going much lower later in the day. Okay, so that is how you guys can adjust your stop loss mid-trade to help have smaller losing trades. Now we'll go to ELOX. ELOX was on my watch list here today. I was looking for this thing to stay above $5. It did this morning. Volume was pretty light, and then all of a sudden, at around 11 o'clock, the stock makes a pop. All right, I literally was playing this stock just for a short squeeze type of move. After the move it had yesterday, okay, I want to show you guys after the move it had yesterday. We also have this area of resistance from August and September, and you also have the 100-day moving average, which is not on this chart, but the 100-day moving average is sitting right there as well. So I'm thinking to myself that if we can get through that level, that this has room up to this previous support level, okay, which also happens to line up with the 200-day moving average right below $9. That's why I'm saying I think this stock has room to $9. So we're going to keep this on watch for Monday as it makes new highs right now, actually, as we are talking. Yep, there we are, high of the day. Okay, so when we had this little squeeze move that took ELOX from red to green and through the high of the day, I wanted to get long here looking for a potential squeeze. And on that break and that push higher, I went ahead and I got long right there at $6. Take it back to my trading analysis. You guys can see I'm long at $6, risking down to $5.65. Why $5.65? Was the initial morning high, was also VWAP. Okay, this orange line on my screen is VWAP. Okay, so that's why I'm giving this down to that level. And you can see it's a good thing that I did give it to that level, because you can see we came down and tested that area, but held it. I stayed in the trade, and we ended up making a real nice move coming into the afternoon. Okay, I just started taking some profits off the table. You guys can see I took some off in the middle of lunchtime at 6:48 when we made a new high. Okay, right here we made a new high, and I took some profit off the table because I want to be smart here. I don't trust lunchtime breakouts. If you followed my channel for a while, you guys know that lunchtime breakouts tend to fail more often than they give you continuation and follow through because of the lack of volume. You need steady, consistent volume typically for a stock to have continuation, and volume tends to be lighter during lunchtime. So when we made a new high of the day during lunchtime, I immediately took some profit off the table right there, 6:48. Okay, then you guys can see I held on to the bulk of the position, and I got rid of the bulk at 7:08 when we made a new high of the day just after 2 o'clock, right there. Right there is the bulk of my position off the table at $7.08, and I held on to one last piece in case we made that squeeze to $9 today coming into power hour. But then on this little breakdown, we had this pullback right here, and I was looking for us to bounce back here pretty quickly and get back up towards that area, and we just started to kind of put in like a little bit of a miniature bear flag here. And when I saw we couldn't bounce, okay, I just said, you know what, I'm out of this thing. I'm not gonna you can stick around too long, and I got rid of the bulk. I'm sorry, the rest of the position. The bulk was at 708. The rest of the position, 656. So still a nice little profit. Long at $6. Took 25% off at 648. Took 50% off at 708, and then took 25% off. Last take profit, 656. All right. But like I said, guys, this is still on watch for us going into Monday. All right. So that's really it. You guys have a great weekend, and I'll see everyone in chat on Monday. Take care.